All right, round two, folks. Abortive attempt to make this video just happened. I have the phone holder with the suction cup attached here in the car, and it exploded and shot my phone across the room, across the interior of the car, that is. Anyway, coming to you today live from beautiful, scenic Edmond, Oklahoma. What are we talking about? Oh my goodness. We just received reports, live breaking news, shooting at the Walmart in Duncan, Oklahoma, home of Firearms Solutions, folks. So the situation, as we understand it, no longer developing. The situation has been concluded. We had a person in the parking lot of this Walmart, fired approximately 9 shots, killed 2 people, most likely would have continued killing people until an armed citizen confronted him in the parking lot, pulled his firearm, pointed it at this guy, and upon being confronted by another gun, he turned his weapon on himself, committed suicide, killed himself, bringing the situation to a swift conclusion. Okay, here's the deal, folks. When these things happen, when seconds count, the police are minutes away at best, if you're lucky. These situations, these scenarios, they will continue. These incidents will go on until the second gun arrives on the scene. And that's what happened. The additional gun showed up quickly because it was already there in the hands of a responsible armed citizen who was able to bring the situation to a conclusion, a successful conclusion. And I know some people are going to say, oh, it's tragedy. There's nothing good about this because, there's 2 people lying dead in the Walmart parking lot. No, there's 3 people dead in the Walmart parking lot, including the shooter, the criminal, the person that doesn't obey laws to begin with. And we need to consider how many more people would have, could have, should have, maybe have been killed had it been much longer until the positive, effective response was there in place. Again, how many people would have died? How long did it take the police to get there? How many more people could have died waiting for that to happen? They didn't have to wait that long because someone was there that took responsible action to bring this to a conclusion. So, with that being said, Oklahoma Self-Defense Act, get a license. Even though we in Oklahoma don't require it anymore, learn what the law says. This guy was within his rights to do what he did. Hopefully he'll be able to articulate that he was in fear for his life because of this situation, and he took steps to defend himself. And by doing so, he was able to save additional lives in addition to his own. And that's what this is about, people. So, yay, Walmart, they're not selling guns anymore. But you know what? If you're in Duncan, Oklahoma, the people at Firearms Solutions, they'll get you taken care of. Go see Taryn and go see, and oh my goodness, I can't remember, and Keith. Taryn and Keith, go see them at Firearm Solutions. They will sell you whatever you need. They will give you great recommendations, gunsmithing services, and of course, training, SDA classes, low light classes, carbine classes, rifle classes, self-defense scenarios of all manner. They've got you covered. Go see them at Firearm Solutions if you're in Duncan, Oklahoma. If you're anywhere in Oklahoma and you have an automobile, get in your car tomorrow and come to Oklahoma City for the Oklahoma Second Amendment Association meeting. We're going to talk about this, I'm sure, and we're just going to continue to push and push and push. You're right, David Luckett. Lowe shouldn't say anything. Low down dirty. And we're talking about Representative Jason Lowe, who was against constitutional carry, talking about what a dangerous law this is. You're right. It would have been, if we wouldn't have passed this, well, it's dangerous to criminals, obviously. That has been proven undeniably today. Dangerous. If we didn't pass this, it would have been dangerous to everyone else in that parking lot. And these reports of local Duncan public schools going on lockdown because of this, that is utterly ridiculous. It's got nothing to do with them. No one's threatening the schools. JJ Stitt will take care of you, Oklahoma. Absolutely, he sure will. Back to the schools. This has nothing to do with them. The situation has been resolved already. Go to class, learn something, children. Focus on the 3 R's, schools. And oh my goodness, when I was in high school, people had gun racks in the back of their pickup trucks, rifles, shotguns in the truck with them. Nobody went out there to steal them. Nobody thought about getting them out of the car and settling disputes with them or going inside to shoot up the school. Guns have not changed, folks. They are tools. They are machines. They don't do anything on their own. It doesn't matter what fighting words you use. I've left mine out before. I've yelled and screamed at them. I called them this, that, and the other. And you know what? They didn't kill a single person or anything at all. It's a hard heart that kills. The guns haven't changed. People have changed. And why is that? Lack of discipline. We have culturally deficient individuals running around our streets that think that it's okay to do these things when it's not. And we as a society are guilty of having low expectations and not having strong, high common standards and expectations of everyone in our country, and insisting that people meet those expectations and we hold people accountable to those standards. So, again, arm yourself. Why be a defenseless sitting duck? If all you can do is cower in a corner and wait for help, you're just waiting to die. Don't do it. Lil Ruger approves. All right, that's it, folks. Later, we're going to have more videos on this. We're going to talk about this issue some more, get a little more in depth. I'll also be talking about some things that happened at the Conversation with Kendra town hall meeting yesterday here in Edmond at the Sequoia Middle School, with basically a town hall with Representative Kendra Horn and some of the things she had to say. And I'll tell you, there's a lot of people in Oklahoma don't like her. They think she's got horns and a tail. I think she's a pleasant enough person, disagree with her politically on a number of issues, but it would be nice if she could give straight answers to some questions. There's yes or no questions that she takes 37 minutes to answer. She answers questions like, are you either a really good politician or a really shitty lawyer? So I don't know. You take that for what it's worth. But, again, with anybody else, on the things you can agree with and work with someone on, you should do so. But when there are, when you're on the opposite ends of the spectrum on some of these things, you have to stand your ground and look forward. My goodness, talking about things like voter ID, carry and get training. Absolutely right, David Luckett. Voter ID, Second Amendment rights, gun rights, the border security, illegal immigration. These are not complicated issues, but to have our elected representative, be a silver-tongued devil and talk around the issue and how everyone needs to be treated with dignity and respect, that's a bunch of crap. Particularly people that are criminal lawbreakers. If I go to prison, if I go to jail, I don't expect it to be treated with dignity and respect. I expect it to be a very unpleasant experience as a deterrent, to make me not want to do it again, to go back there, and to serve an example to others to make them not want to go to where I just was in prison. All right, there we have from David Luckett again. Join OK2A. As of right now, yes, absolutely do it. In fact, even with some serious issues I'm having with the organization right now, still, they do great things. Join up, help them out, push the legislative agenda here in Oklahoma or wherever it is you live to restore and preserve and protect our rights that are not given to us by, but are enshrined in the Constitution of the United States. Rights are inherent. We have them simply because they exist. And we need to understand as a whole, as a country, as a nation, as a society, that the government is not here to not infringe upon our rights as the government. They are here to not only not infringe our rights, but also to ensure that no one or no thing else infringes upon our rights. So there are definitely people out there that want to make the argument that, oh, well, it's okay that that person over there or that corporation over there or whatever did something that would be an infringement if the government did it. Wrong. An infringement is an infringement is an infringement. It doesn't matter who's or what is doing the infringing, because that is the way that rights work, ladies and gentlemen. Right there. It is now citizens' responsibility to protect our Second Amendment rights. Absolutely. It is the citizens, okay? Not illegal aliens, not non-resident aliens, not even resident aliens with green cards to protect our rights. It is the responsibility, it is the personal responsibility of each and every citizen to protect these rights, to preserve them, to hold on to them and not let go because of how precious they are. That is what people have to understand. That is the delineating line between a citizen and not a citizen. That's why citizens have certain rights that others don't. firearms, voting, things of this nature. That's why only citizens get to do these things. And when you have liberals and mostly Democrats that want to blur those lines, again, that is an attack upon our very nation itself and our foundational beliefs and even the very concept of Westphalian sovereignty. And that, folks, really is what they want to do. All right, ranted long enough. Hey, Taryn, glad you're watching. Taryn Stewart, folks, from Firearm Solutions. I've been plugging you hardcore today. Anybody that lives anywhere near Duncan, Oklahoma, go see her. Go to Firearm Solutions. Go see Keith. Go see whoever works there on a given day. Come out on the first Sunday of the month for a bowling pin shoot. Those are a hoot, folks. Shoot those bowling pins. Have fun. Take your classes. Get your training. Trust me, if you're ever involved in a legally justified self-defense situation with a firearm, the more training you have in your I Love Me book or mounted in frames on your I Love Me wall, it's going to help you out in court, folks. Do what you need to do. All right. Hey, JJ Stitt. Hello to you as well, fellow American. Glad to have you joining us. And again, you, as well as all of the other people who are looking to run for CD5 to confront Representative Kendra Horn, you need to get out in front of this. You need to speak strongly in favor of what happened and support that gentleman that utilized his Second Amendment rights to save himself and others. Whereas I'm willing to bet you $1 of U.S. currency that we're not going to be seeing that from the incumbent in CD5. So each and every one of you that's running for CD5, this is how you stand out in the crowd. This is how you differentiate yourself from the person that currently holds that office. So JJ Stitt, Dan Belcher, Terry Neese, Green, everyone. I can't remember all your names right now because I'm fired up about this. Liberty fires me up. Oh my goodness, my freedom boner is so hard right now. You folks just don't understand. No, take our rights back. You know what? That's right. And it's not even taking them back. It's getting other people and the government to acknowledge them because they're never truly gone. They are inherent to us. If we forget that, that's the only time they're gone. If we forget that we have them and they cannot be taken away, you cannot give them up. If you have them just by virtue of being a living human, a citizen of the United States within U.S. territory. That is simply how it works. And we are so lucky to have these precious concepts and liberties and freedoms here in our country because there are other parts of the world that cannot say that. We live in a world where there are literally entire countries that are considered to be the personal property of single families. And you get to do whatever it is they allow you to do, not what you have the right to do. Absolutely. You got my vote, Adrian OTAP. That's right. OTAP for Senate. It's coming one of these days, folks. Laying the groundwork. It's coming. It really is. All right. Hey, Rick Howell. Glad to see you as well, fellow American. All right. Hey, Heath as well. Hey, I said some great things about you and some documents recently as well, Heath. Glad to see you, brother. Hope things are going great. All right. I have some actual business to attend to. Oh, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma County residents. Take a little break here for some peach Sprite. Oh, speaking of Representative Kendra Horn, for those of you who do not know, you can go onto the internet and you can see who makes political contributions and how much and where they come from. And for those of you that don't know, the CEO of Sonic, which is headquartered here and down the street in Oklahoma City in Bricktown, the CEO of Sonic is the single largest contributor to Kendra Horn in Oklahoma. Okay? Just some food for thought. And yes, I know, granted, this person's maxed out now and they can't give any more right now. But hey, when the next cycle rolls around, they're probably going to. And I understand that, I'm contributing to that potentially. But you know what? It's yummy. So again, let's just keep that in mind. The corporate interests that are supporting some of these things, these legislators, these representatives do, particularly ones that we don't agree with. But anyway, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma County residents today, 1,300. That's 1 p.m. for, civilians and Americans and people that don't live in pretty much the rest of the world. at the Oklahoma County Courthouse, downtown Oklahoma City. The Criminal Justice Authority, aka Jail Trust, will be having another meeting today. Who knows what they're going to talk about in their crazy, kooky scheme for backdoor privatization of the Oklahoma County Jail. But I plan to be there. Hopefully more of you can be there as well. It's a meeting that's open to the public, standing room only. There's not a lot of seating, but come on out if you can. All right, that's it. I really do have some business to attend to, some real estate things, but taking care of that, moving on down the road, maybe hit the gym, ride the bike, try to slim down and get rid of my bowling ball. Stay fit to fight, folks. Freedom, liberty, America. OTAP out.